Aloha. Happy Moon Day. Happy Monday. In astrology, we study the planets and we study where in the sky are those planets located. And I use the True to the Stars constellational astrology, which is based on the actual location that the planets are right now. Mainstream astrology follows the seasons. And so they don't actually follow the stars at all. So if you want to learn the true to the actual stars information, you've come to the right place. We follow what is actually up in the sky right now. If you had a telescope, that's what you would see. And so today I wanted to dive into this moon day energy. Where is the moon today? And what is happening with all of these planets in Taurus, and what might that mean for you? As well as we're approaching a full moon. And what is full moon energy? And how might that be affecting you, might be affecting your life, might be, what would it be drawing up to the surface, right? Full moons always bring energy up, right? They draw energy up, just like the moon affects the tides. The moon also affects anything and everything that contains water, including our own bodies. So let's take a look. I'm going to pull up the chart of the day. We're going to just dive into what the astrology is showing us is happening up in the sky, up in the stars. Where are those planets and how might you be feeling it? Okay, so here we go. We have the chart of the day. And for a lot of you, you've probably never even really spent time with an astrology chart. That's okay. What are we even looking at here? I actually train people in how to read these things. And I'm actually just started. We had class 1 of my 4th True the Stars Astrology Masterclass. And so my real passion is empowering all of you to take something as complex as this chart here and actually learn how to read it. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a little quick lesson before we dive in as to what is this thing on the screen? What is this even showing us? Okay. And so I set the chart for today. This is today's chart. This is what is up in the sky. This is where the planets actually are. These are what constellational signs, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, that the planets are in. And so when we look at a chart, what we're seeing is this middle line that cuts across the center. That is a horizon line. And so just like the horizon line shows us, when the sun is up and then when the sun sets, that is what the horizon line shows us here. So everything above the horizon line, all the signs and all the planets, that is what is up in the sky right now today. And as you can see, there is a lot of stuff up above the horizon line. Everything above the horizon line represents us being more external, more outward. It's more yang, it's more energetic, it's more expressive. And then everything that is below the horizon line, all of the planets, all of the signs, that represents everything that is more internal, everything that is more inside. And so today, the moon, one of the major planets, is under the horizon line, as is Pluto, which is retrograde. And so retrograde often means internal as well. It tends to deal with things that are inside. And so having Pluto underground, which is its natural place, Pluto loves the underground. It loves everything that's secret, everything buried, everything hidden. But when it's there, it can mean that we're having awarenesses brought up to the surface. And so wherever you have Capricorn in your birth chart, and your birth chart is going to look very different than what we're seeing here, that is where Pluto will be affecting you today. And so that's why learning astrology, so that you can look at the chart and know where these planets are affecting you, what house. So you see how everything's divided 1, 2, 3 through 12, 12 houses. Each slice of pie represents an area of your life. And so that is why astrology readings and knowing how to read astrology charts is so powerful, because you can look and see, okay, Pluto's at 1 degree Capricorn today. Where do I have 1 degree of Capricorn in my chart? Which house? Oh, it's in house 5. Okay, that means it's going to affect love and romance and children. Oh, it's in house 7. It's going to affect my relationships, my marriage partner. Oh, it's in house 10. Oh, it's going to affect my career. It's going to affect my purpose. This is major. Oh, it's in house 1. It's going to affect my identity, my sense of self. Pluto is going to bring a lot of awareness to light. Okay. Or vice versa. The moon being in Virgo today, where do you have 36 degrees of Virgo in your chart? Oh, it's in the 2nd house too. Oh, that's the house of money. Oh, it's in the 4th house. That's the house of family. And so by knowing what each slice of pie represents in our lives, okay, 1st house identity, 2nd house wealth, 3rd house communication, 4th house home and family, 5th house romance, 6th house health, 7th house relationships and marriage, 10th house career, right? By knowing these locations in the chart, by knowing which planet is where and what sign, it's a little bit like a Rubik's Cube, and we begin to tie the dots together, create our unique Rubik's pattern to express and reveal how these planets, how these signs are affecting us on a daily, monthly, yearly level. It's really great for prediction in terms of, is this a good day for me to do this thing, right? They've used astrology for thousands of years to plan weddings, to plan major decision making. The royalty always had an astrologer on call to help them plan battle, to help them plan events. And so astrology has been a part of the scheduling because it's a lot like weather, right? Just like we have a sunny day or a rainy day, astrology assists us in diving deeper on who we are and how we're being affected by certain planetary energies at any given moment. So what is happening today? And comment below if this little lesson was helpful. Comment below if you'd like to learn more. I am in my 4th masterclass teaching all of this information. So if you're like last minute, like Lotus, I really want to join you. I still am going to keep the door open until Saturday. And then after Saturday, door is closed. And then if you want to do another training with me, happy to have you on board for the next one. So what is happening today? Well, one is that we have the moon under the horizon line, and the moon is emotion. Moon is like, I like to call the moon the collective mood of humanity. And so whatever sign the moon is in, whatever house the moon is in, gives us a really great grasp of how is everyone feeling. Okay, so when the moon is below the horizon, people tend to feel a bit more internal. They tend to feel a bit more subdued. And since today is Moon Day, the fact that the moon is under the horizon, people are going to probably be more quiet today. It's not going to feel like a very external day. You're like, I kind of want to just go within. Of course, wherever you have 36 degrees of Virgo in your chart, that is where the moon will be activating it. So maybe you have it up here in the 10th house of career and purpose, in which case you might be really emotionally activated. You're like, I really want to get out there. I want to make some moves. And so even though the collective moon is under the horizon, because it's affecting your unique birth chart, activating your house of career and purpose, you might find that you're just ready to go. And that's why knowing how to read these charts so you can check that out for yourself, or coming and getting a session from me or another constellational astrologer can be so helpful, so powerful, and so beneficial, right? And so here we go. What else is happening? We also have this incredible conglomeration, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in Taurus right now, including the midheaven. And this chart is going to be basically accurate for most of the US and potentially the northern hemisphere. It might change a bit in the southern based on location. Now, Uranus, Venus, Jupiter, the sun. I've been talking about this a lot, how we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Today, 5 things in Taurus. What is the energy of Taurus? Well, Taurus is an earth sign. The symbol is the cow or the bull. And so if you think about the energy of Taurus, it's very slow. It's very methodical. It stands there, it sits there, it chews the grass, chews the cud, and it ruminates, and it just engages with the earth, right? You drive past a field of cows and they are just slow and steady, and they are enjoying la dolce vita, the sweetness of life, right? The sweetness of the grass, the feeling of the wind, right? In an ideal situation, right? They're just out there enjoying the sun, enjoying the grass. They're eating their fill. So Taurus loves to eat. Taurus loves good food. It loves chocolate cake. It loves a nice steak dinner. It loves all the luxuries of life. Now, if you're vegetarian, right, substitute what you would put there instead. Taurus is the delicious taste of a raw glass of milk, right? Or you're just drinking that milk and you're just, just so fulfilling. It's so delicious. It's so satisfying. And it assists you to come into the present moment. And so Taurus is really about enjoying the present moment, enjoying the sweetness of being in a body. And the area of the body that Taurus rules is actually the throat. And so people who have a lot of energy in Taurus tend to be fabulous singers. They tend to love to sing, right? They love to speak. They love to express themselves. And so a good crystal for Taurus energy, of course, is chrysocolla, which is a very earthy, very grounded energy, very beautiful, blue and green. And so I often think of Taurus energy as like a lush, green, fertile river valley where you are engaging with the earth by smelling the flowers. Maybe you take your shoes off and maybe you have a mud bath. Maybe you just go swimming and you just fully saturate yourself in all of the beauty of Mother Earth. And so having the planet of invention, ideas, change, Uranus in Taurus could mean that we may have some really fascinating technologies around the earth, around agriculture, around food. One of the coolest Uranus and Taurus things I've seen come out lately is this device that you can plug into a plant or a tree that records its frequency and then creates a sound to reflect the energy of that plant or that tree. And so we may see in the next years coming through here, because Uranus stays in a sign for a long time, that we're going to have all this revolution, all of this invention around the earth itself, around our food, around plants and trees and flowers and things that are beautiful, things that are of the earth, right? We might see a lot of earth changes because Uranus is change and the earth is things that are stable. And so we have this sort of destabilizing planet in the sign of Earth. And so we're going to see a lot of revolution around a lot of change, a lot of evolution around our relationship to the earth, around the things that we grow, around seeds, around the planet itself, around the ground, the earth. And we may see a lot of innovation around camping and camping supplies and how people maybe want to live closer to the earth. We want to have these new technologies that enable us to live more in harmony with the earth. So it's a very beautiful energy, and I'm super excited to see what is going to get created during the next several years with Uranus and Taurus. That is big energy, huge shift. Right now, it is conjunct Venus, the billionaire planet, which I've talked to quite a lot. And so the billionaire planet is great wealth. And so I often say wherever Venus is, whatever sign Venus is in, is a really powerful place to invest, right? So put your money in that segue. So everything to do with the earth, to do with beauty, to do with nature, to do with luxury, delicious food like farm to table, farming, gardening, anything to do with the earth and nature, growing food, growing crops, abundance, prosperity, clothing, anything you can see, feel, taste, touch in the material plane that we find beautiful, that is luxurious, that is enjoyable, from massage to beauty care to plants, growing food, and soil amendment, is going to be a great place to invest your money, because Taurus is the earth and Venus is the billionaire planet. And so those people that are involved in permaculture, agriculture, growing seeds. And then another thing to look at, of course, is that Venus rules the throat. And so singing, the voice, and expressing the voice, especially the feminine voice, is going to be a huge opportunity for those who are singers and teachers and feminine empowerment teachers, because Venus is the divine feminine, and in Taurus, it's the throat. And so the throat is going to be really highlighted this year, or this, I should say, the next month or so, as Venus moves through Taurus. Added to that, we have Jupiter right next to Venus. They're conjunct. The billionaire planet of Venus is conjunct the millionaire planet of Jupiter. So any ideas that you get right now, especially around building your wealth, building your safety and your security, and creating beauty, speaking, singing, making beautiful things, going out into nature, building a retreat center, these things are going to be highlighted as these incredibly powerful wealth creation opportunities, right? So take note, get a journal, write down your ideas right now, because there may be things coming through that are being sparked by this incredible activation of the more masculine form of wealth and the feminine form of wealth coming together right at this time, creating this incredible momentum for perhaps building something. Taurus is building things. It's creating things that last in the physical plane, that are real world manifestations. So there's this big emphasis on creating real world wealth, creating real world manifestation, taking our dreams and making them very, very real. Okay. Plus we have the sun. And so the sun itself is illuminating all of these planets in Taurus. And you go, Lotus, the sun is going into Gemini right now. And I'd say, yes, in mainstream astrology, that's true. However, mainstream astrology is not based on the stars, because they did not know about precession, which is the slight movement back of the celestial bodies, 1 degree every 72 years. And so where they say the signs are in mainstream astrology is actually 24 degrees back from where they actually are. And so I follow the True the Stars system. It's based on what you would see with a telescope, whereas mainstream astrology is based on the seasons that are set in time from 2000 years ago. So it's a set placement based on the seasons, the solstices and the equinoxes, but not on the actual star constellations. And so if you want to learn the True the Stars placement of the planets and what signs they are in, follow my channel, follow my lives, subscribe to me on YouTube so you can get my announcements, so that you can get my videos, because I will be coming to you live and through my videos with the current information of what is actually happening in the sky every day. Okay. And so sun in Taurus, how long is sun going to be in Taurus, Lotus? Oh, well, let's see here. We're only at 7 degrees of Taurus. So we went into Taurus on May 13th. And you'll go, what? That should, we should have gone into Taurus on April 21st. And I'd say, well, in mainstream astrology, yes. But if you want to follow the actual stars, we went into Aries on April 18th and into Taurus on May 13th. Big shift, big difference. If you want to learn more about that, leave a comment below. I know it's fascinating stuff. But we have the sun in Taurus until about June 21st. My friends, this is a time when slow and steady wins the race, when the energy of really slowing down, taking life in, smelling the roses, enjoying your life, enjoying a beautiful day becomes really highlighted. Now, as much as I am going to encourage you to do that, I also have to recognize that right now the moon is moving and getting bigger and bigger, and we're going to have a full moon on May 23rd. And the moon will be in polarity or opposition to all of these planets, Uranus, Venus, Jupiter, and the sun. So we have big energy. So a lot of earth energy means this sort of strong, grounded energy, like a cow, right? And we have 4 planets in that sign. And so there's this real strong, stable, can be stubborn, can be slow moving energy. It's a good time to just kind of slow down. And if you come against someone or have some sort of challenge with someone, to just slow down, because people tend to be more stubborn when we have so many planets in Taurus. And so don't push, just allow and hold space for people to come to their own knowingness on their own. Okay. So what's going to happen with this moon leading into Scorpio is that Scorpio is completely opposite energetically from all these planets in Taurus. And so having the moon, which is our emotion and our mood, completely opposite this grounded, strong, stable, security, material conscious energy of Taurus, is going to create some tension. And you may be already feeling that as the power of the moon's magnetism begins to draw up the water of our bodies up to the surface, just like it draws the water in plants from their roots at the full moon out to the crown and to the blossom. And that's why farmers have harvested flowers and fruits typically around the full moon time, because there's more water content in that fruit. What does that mean for us? It just means that as the water in our bodies gets sort of pulled up to the surface, and we're like 80–90% water, right? It pulls up anything in our bodies that is undigested, that is not processed yet, that may be hidden or buried. And it's going to draw up, especially based on the location of the planets, the energies of Taurus. So things around stability, security, money, finances, abundance, and wealth. And at the same time, the moon in Scorpio is going to be about depth, hidden things, our subconscious, and what is buried within our being. So, in polarity to security, what is buried in our being around security? What is buried in our being around wealth and abundance and prosperity? So leading into this full moon, we were just kind of free. It was like, yeah, money, wealth, abundance. I'm going to manifest. There's a super bright, positive energy for creating security and stability and manifesting that beautiful life that we want to live. And as the moon comes on into Scorpio, she's providing. So Scorpio and Taurus are like 2 sides of the same coin. They represent opposing energies, right? One, Taurus, is all about our stability. It's all very grounded. It's very secure. What you can see, taste, touch, and feel. That's what Taurus wants to know about. Whereas Scorpio is all about depth, intensity, the spiritual, what is unseen. Scorpio often shows us a little bit of an ego transformation, where we are asked to release what we're attached to surrender what no longer serves, and to basically surrender to the soul, to let go of our physical attachments to food, to clothing, to security, right? It's the polar opposite to Taurus energy. So as we roll into this full moon happening on May 23rd, you may notice that you could be having a lot of whirling thoughts around security, around money, around wealth. And you're going, Lotus, you said all this great stuff about money. And I'm like, yes, that's right. Because as we allow the moon to do the process of drawing to the surface all that which has yet to be healed within us, We are allowing the process of our own brilliance to grow brighter because we are allowing the things that are within us that are not in alignment with effortless wealth and abundance and prosperity to be brought up to the surface by the power of the magnetic force of the moon. And then we can literally take those things and send it up to the moon with the full moonlight to transmute it, to clear it out, to get it out of our system. So I really want to invite you, if you're like feeling something, and that could be that full moon energy beginning to draw up to the surface, doubts, fears, unconscious emotional processes, traumas and triggers around wealth, around abundance, around finances, around material security and safety. And I want to really invite you to begin to allow what's arising without fear, without concern, and see it as a part of the spiral of your evolution into claiming and owning and becoming your wealthiest, most brilliant, successful, illuminated self that is truly here as a soul to both stand in your soul purpose and be financially, economically, materially supported and sustained. And so comment below if you've been noticing certain energies coming up for you. And know this is an opportunity to heal. This is an opportunity to let go. This is an opportunity to rise ever more into the possibilities that Venus, the billionaire planet, Jupiter, the millionaire planet, the sun, all in Taurus, representing true stability, true security, true wealth, true abundance. Yeah. So what do they say? It's always darkest before the dawn, right? So whatever is coming up for you in the next couple days, see it as an opportunity. And then get out into nature, take off your shoes, dance, sing, shake it out, and allow yourself to let go, because the moon is a process of release and letting go of all the things that are in your way of expressing the most beautiful, brilliant, wonderful aspects of you, your true wealth, your true abundance, your true prosperity. Because, my friends, we are truly divine beings of love and light. And our very essence is beyond value. It is beyond monetary value. Your essence, your soul, is a divine gift on this earth that radiates with the light of a million suns and is the millionaire, is the billionaire, is true wealth. And when you come from that vibration and you bow to that power of your true beingness, watch everything in your life shift and transform. I send you so much love, so much love, my friends. If you'd like to work one-on-one at this time to see where this incredible wealth activation and full moon is going to be affecting you personally, whether it's in your house of the home, whether it's in the house of career, the house of money or relationships, it can be super helpful to learn that. Or if you would like to go a step deeper and train with me so that you can read your own chart and you know where these planets are affecting you every day, reach out to me. I still have just a small opening until Saturday of my 6-week masterclass. So I send you all so much love from this beautiful nature. This is not a screen. This is not a background. This is the Redwood Forest in California. I have a river on one side, the creek on the other. I just want to send you massive amounts of love from the trees, from the plants, from the birds and the bees, and from my heart, and really encourage you to get outside into nature, to smell the flowers, to love on yourself. And please know, whatever is coming up right now is for your highest and best. It is the evolvement of your soul. to truly shine brighter, to truly rise higher, and to embody the brilliance, the love, and the beauty that is the gift of you, that you are here to give the world and to bless this earth with this lifetime. So, sending you so much love from my heart. Always, aloha.